Y'all all right? Yeah. All right. Let's go on. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Right now, what I need to get into, a couple of things. Right now, I need to get into the lockdown on the music, because we're talking about the muse. Now, this is very important. If you live in this is very important. The greatest thing that they could destroy, and I talked about this several times before, but I even got some other information, was when they cut out the sales of vinyl in 1990 and went straight to the holographic CD. Okay. So when the albums, LPs, they didn't do that based on science, based on better technology, and based on convenience. They did it because they never stopped selling LPs in Europe. Okay. Right now, you will see LPs that come across because they cut off your LPs in the 1990s. But if you go to Europe, you will find out that the majority of stuff that you got on CDs here, they had on LPs plus CDs in Europe. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They did it because over here they understood that black people heal themselves through a black vinyl disc called a 45 on LP. Okay. And the vinyl disc has, I talked about this in the lecture before, an album has grooves on it, so it's an actual recording. And you have a diamond needle. A diamond needle. A diamond is what? Carbon. Crystallized carbon. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which is melanin. Okay. And you have vinyl, but they have to, in order for that vinyl to be black, when rubber comes, the rubber that you have on your tires, when rubber comes out, it is a white material. Right. And they have to cook it down to the carbonicle to make it black. Right. Well, it's the same thing with this vinyl. When the vinyl is made, it's a clear material, and they have to cook it down to the carbonicle, the carbon, to the blackness. Okay. And that was a black disc, melanin. Okay. And it has grooves on it, which is an actual recording cut into the vinyl. Okay. And you have a needle. So you actually have a literal recording in your house, a duplication from that which is spiritual onto vinyl. CD is a hologram. It's a matrix. It's a laser. It's a laser. Now, let me go into the science of this thing here, because you got to understand. Okay. You want to change that? How many times? You don't?
No. I only got it up.
Okay, go ahead and change it in. Because this is very important. You got to understand this music. From the early, let's say black people really started getting their phonographs around the late 20s, maybe the 30s. Okay. But they understood that in the height of it, from like the 1940s, the 1950s, 1960s, and the 70s was real key, because that's when the warfare started. They said, shh, be quiet. Nobody ever thought about this thing here, because I lived down south and I thought a phenomenon happened. We lived down south and they was hanging niggas from trees. Yes. Average nigga down there was scared of white folks. And then the 1970s came and white folks became scared of us. And it wasn't because of no riots or whatever. Them motherfuckers trained that we got down are scared of them based on the way we were scared, and we still scared of crackers. See what I'm saying? Yeah. They just got nice all of a sudden. I grew up in Mullen, South Carolina and stuff, and it was absolutely no racism almost. But we knew our place. But it was almost like there was a consensus, like somebody got together with the heads of their people and told them, shh, we got a new way to kill these people quietly. And we're going to put all this shit on them in the 70s and see, does this kill them? But nothing happened. That's because black people, whatever they put on us, black people was living for the damn weekend, and black people was doggone healing themselves through the house party, the damn clubs, the dewdrop in, elbow in, and all that. And then they go to church and do the guilt thing on the and still get some disco up in that shit. Because whether you like it or not, people don't understand. All these old Christian women, I don't have a blues album in my house. I said, guess what, baby? How did the gospel was started? The gospel was started by a motherfucker in the 1920s that made a whole bunch of damn money on playing blues in Chicago. Lost his money in the Great Depression, went back home and fused in all of his blues sound into the fucking Negro gospel coming from the doggone that was real popular at the turn of the century with the Fifth Jubilee singers. Negro thing, it was Negro spirituals that didn't have that funk to it. And he came in and fused the blues in to that shit, and thus you got gospel music. The motherfucker is blues. WC, what's the guy name? W.C. Handy. So that shit is blues. You see, so even when they went to church, they got the damn blues. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They got the blues. So what happened was black people was healing themselves in the 1970s and even in the 1980s. They said, we're going to work some stuff out. They realized what happened when the stuff caught on and the white people started getting into the funk called disco. And they said they never had a rebellion against the music before as they did, but white people was losing their fucking minds. And the government said, we got to stop this shit. Because when you dance, you go into dream time. And the key is you don't supposed to dance no more. You go into dream time. And it's a form of exercise. You see what I'm saying? You ever dance so hard and the next day you were soaked? Same thing about fucking. You know what I'm saying? You fucking, the next thing you oh shit, what happened? Oh hell. But you know, it's a funny thing, metaphysics. Soon as you get horny, that goddamn soreness get the hell on. You be like, I don't know, but I'm a little sore and all. Lick on that ear a little bit, like that, and you be like, okay, it's ready now. Bam. Ain't that a bitch? We talking spirit now. You be sore as hell. You know what I'm saying? Soon as them damn alchemical elixirs start funneling down there, that shit heal up fast. So it was a form of exercise plus the doggone white people was down there, had that Studio 54. You see what I'm saying? That shit had that bacchanalian stuff because sex came into the play. It was a whole bunch of stuff, and the government said we got to shut that shit down. Then they started phasing it into the whole synthesizer thing. You know, the whole synthesizer thing. You see what I'm saying? But even that, they had that techno shit was, the motherfuckers, they said, shit, fuck that. That synthesizer shit kicked in because them motherfuckers said we can dance even longer now. Mash the damn button and we still be getting that shit. It's, no, we got to cut this shit out. You see. But then in the 1990s, they cooled out because even the rap of the early 90s, it was danceable. Now the rap, you can't dance off it at all. You see what I'm saying? But see, even that shit, I want to get into this right quick in a few minutes. That shit is backfiring on them. They got to really do some stuff because I'm going to tell you, I see this shit, and some of the youngest brothers and sisters can bear witness to this. They got a group of white kids, this in high school and early 20s. I see this shit down in Atlanta, down south. They got a group of white kids that done been on the damn, just grew up with hip-hop. That's all they know for the last 10 years. And these motherfuckers, they don't even identify with being white. These motherfuckers, I see this shit, I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know. The spoken word, all of it, I'm telling you, they got a group of white folks, man. There's some white kids that's coming up. They done been in this shit about a good 10, 15 years. They don't even think of themselves as being white. It's like a part of the fucking hip-hop culture. I was up in this, they got a place, I have to go up and to get these LPs, and it's owned by these white boys. And I was turning around, I was flipping through the stack and all, and I was hearing these people coming, yo, B, yo, what's up? I mean, they was coming in, and I said, damn. I had to turn around, and the place was full of white kids. They got a whole group of kids, so they had to do, they had to take that, they had to focus on, they had to focus on the hip-hop to try to exploit it as being this violent culture type thing. And as a result, by them focusing on it, their white kids got consumed by this shit. And this shit is around the damn world. You see what I'm saying? Now they got a whole group of these motherfuckers, they are straight up hip-hop. You see what I'm saying? So that shit is backfiring on that particular level.